Joining us now, as I said, Congressman Devin Nunes, ranking member of the House Intelligence Committee, member of the House Ways and Means Committee, and as I also said, one of the, if not the greatest heroes over the course of the past several years in fighting the radical Dems' efforts to overthrow a president from the House of Representatives. Congressman, great to have you here. Adam Schiff, his spokesman, saying that they're right now going through those transcripts, preparing to release them, but saying all of this delay is at the feet of the White House, that they simply, it wasn't their fault, that they just simply hijacked the process. Your reaction?
Well, there's no reaction that's really necessary. That's a total joke. It's not true. We actually voted to do this back in 2018. All through 2019, people at DNI worked with Adam Schiff's office to ensure that these never got declassified. He actually sent a letter over to the White House or to the DNI to say, don't share these with the White House. All of this was smoke and mirrors because, look, he got caught again, and the Democrats got caught again like they always do. This was nothing but a publicity stunt to pretend that they were for transparency. Now, look, let's get into what's in those transcripts. Or actually, I should say, what's not in these transcripts. What's not in these transcripts is no Russian collusion. And I think what you'll see is you'll see many of the Democrats, there's 53 interviews that we did, 53 times the Democrats read names out of the Russian phone book. Except, of course, when they were interviewing the Obama officials, and then they were just playing cover-up. So, look, there's not going to be, any major bombshells in this because the Democrats already leaked all the supposed bombshells and lied about those bombshells. I think for the good guy side and the real investigators that are trying to get to the bottom of the Russia hoax and who was involved in it, there will be likely people who were not so truthful to Congress, let's just say.
And we'll be talking about those people and what is in those transcripts. We'll be right back with Congressman Devin Nunes. Please stay with us. We're back with Congressman Devin Nunes. Congressman, I want to get your sense of some of the people that are in a group of transcripts that were held up for a while. Schiff successfully blocked the White House from viewing interviews from the president's son-in-law, Jared Kushner, as you know, Ben Rhodes, Obama's Ben Rhodes, and Loretta Lynch, Samantha Powers, Ambassador to the United Nations, Susan Rice. I mean, that's a catalog of interesting names, to say the least. Your thoughts about public reaction now that we're apparently going to see them?
Well, I think you named the ones that are most interesting, Lou, and that is the Obama-era officials. This was the only reason the Democrats have been covering this up. And look, it's the other people that have been covering this up are the media. 90% of the media that were involved in this Russia hoax. There's hundreds and hundreds of them. We talked about them last week on your show. The walls are closing in on the rats, the media rats. The rats are trying to scurry off the ship. They refuse to hold the Democrats and Adam Schiff and his committee accountable, even though they've told lie after lie after lie after lie to the American people. You know, that's why I always encourage people to go to defendusa.com, because if you want to join us and join our fight, we have to stop this from happening. And look, don't even get me started on where we are still with General Flynn. Okay, where is the media at with General Flynn? We have a three-star general that's been strung up.
I'm the wrong guy to ask not to get started on that, because I think it's an outrage.
It is. It is.
And we're going to put up defendusa.com. We'll put it up so that, as you suggest, people can take part in bringing, in restoring American values here, things like honesty from our public servants, and maybe, fewer people will try to overthrow a president. It's just stunning to me to realize what has transpired here. The Office of the Director of National Intelligence, Rick Grinnell, he deserves great credit for putting Schiff in this box, if you will. And apparently Schiff, and I want to get your sense of this, Schiff is going to release these transcripts, but he is going to play games, it appears, at least initially. What do you expect to happen here?
Well, my guess is until someone in what they consider to be the media, the Democrats' media, until one of them have to ask him a question, he'll continue to stall. There is no reason whatsoever that these can't be released immediately. Now, look, there'll be some redactions that we can go fight afterwards. But, this was voted on when Republicans, when I was the chairman of the House Intelligence Committee,
right?
Lou, and these were supposed to be let out. So this has been a long orchestrated plan to keep these hidden. So you ask when you're going to see them. I guess if some of the Russia hoaxers ask, hey, are we going to get to see these transcripts? They'll be out in a nanosecond. If no one does, they'll delay as long as possible, and they'll release them on a Friday night, before Thanksgiving or, over Thanksgiving weekend or something.
All right. Well, Director Grinnell will have a lot to say about when those transcripts are released, because he has promised that indeed he has no problem with them being released directly by the ODNI if Schiff were to pursue that path,
rules,
I think, that you described.
Yeah, and I think the rules require it, Lou, because this had nothing to do with Adam Schiff in the last Congress when he was the ranking member. And I was the chairman, was demanding every week that went by that we were covering up, hiding things. He even wrote an op-ed in USA Today. So he, used this as a political stunt back in 2017 and 18. We voted on it in the last Congress that as soon as DNI was done with this, they're to be released. So really, he has no say over this. He has to do what the last Congress already said he had to do. And so I think Rick Grinnell and the administration is clear they could release him any time, as far as I'm concerned, because Adam Schiff has no power in this.
Right. And those are sweet words indeed, because he's a man who's abused his power relentlessly and in absolute indifference to the national interest and the public's right to know. Congressman Devin Nunes, we thank you as always for being with us. Appreciate it.